Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today I wanted to talk about two topics. Topic number one, sentimental value. Topic number two is sadness. Context. There's a picture and post that tells you that if you really wish for a shirt and you buy the shirt, you will feel happiness for a little bit and then you will no longer feel happiness. If you want to go out, you're going to feel happiness for a little bit, and basically it means that whether it's sadness, whether it's happiness, whatever emotion it is, it's just temporary, and the only thing that is permanent is your relationship with Allah in the context of Islam. In context of Abrahamic religion, it will be with whatever the Abrahamic religion version of Allah is, and that's basically it. That you have to have faith, and it disregards sentimental value. Here's the thing is about sentimental value and about sadness in general, and that is that it's all in the memories. It's all in what you have as memories as you grow older. Now, as you grow older, things change. They're not the same thing as you were when you were a child. So, for instance, when you were a kid, you didn't have as much responsibilities as you did when you were growing older, depending on the family dynamics and support system that you have. Some had really nice support systems, some did not have so much support systems. Some had people that they adored and loved and cherished, and these people died. And you feel sad about it, but it is what it is. You move on with life because it is. But it doesn't change that feeling. Here's the thing is about sentimental value, is when you see something or you smell, especially the scent. If you smell something, if you smell something that your mom or your nana used to like bake when you were a kid, and just the smell of it brings you so many memories, because you're sitting there going like, you know what, I do remember this, and you have this bittersweet smile that comes on if that person is no longer there, for some other reason. And same thing with sadness. One of the strongest emotions that you can get is sadness. And sadness, the reason why that emotion is so strong, and it does not mean that you're sad, that you lack faith, is that sadness is rooted not in negativity, but actually, if you were to look deeply into sadness and the reason behind it, it's what happened. It's the past. I'm sad because this could have happened, or this is what had happened. It's an experience that you had that was negative that causes sadness, and therefore, or like somebody or a support system, especially with support systems. If you have a support system and that support system all of a sudden disappears, you're gonna feel sad. It's the least you're gonna feel, and mourning it is important. To take your time to mourn this loss is very important. What is even equally important is to hold on to that feeling while you're mourning, to start remembering the good things, start remembering the reasons why you had that support system, or the reasons why you had this thing, or the reason why you were happy the way you were at that time. Example, I'll draw from my own experiences. I used to have a granddad. My granddad from my mom's side was an English teacher. That's why I have so much sentimental value with teachers in general, and that is because he used to be a very good storyteller. He used to take us as family, and we used to just sit around him and do a lot of stories, a lot of reading. So whenever I start reading something like Khalil and it's a story. It's like Aesop's Fables, but it's like the Indian version or the Persian version of Aesop's Fable. whenever I read it, I can hear my grandfather's voice in my head while he is reading it. And there's a sentimental value in that. So whenever I read that story, it brings up the same emotions every single time. Not with the same intensity, but it's the same emotions. So the whole point of like, oh, you really wanted to have this shirt, but once you have it, you're no longer going to like feel the same happiness. It's BS. If it has sentimental value, you are going to enjoy it. Every single time you see that shirt, every single time you're gonna wear that shirt, every single time you go to that specific area that you're going to, every single time you're gonna go to, it has sentimental value. It is going to remain. The same emotions are going to remain. Not the same intensity, but the same emotions are going to remain. Same thing with the scent. Some people, you would find them start tearing up when they start smelling apple pie, because their nana actually like baked it, and they remember like the scent of it. Or some people would start like just having this really stupid smile on their face when they're smelling like a certain candle, because it reminds them of their first time with their significant other. Or a certain song comes off and you're just bobbing your head unintentionally and subconsciously. You're bobbing your head to it because you remember back when you were a kid, when you used to hear that song, and you used to have like all the memories that are attached to that song, or to that verse, or to this one. So please, for the love of everything that you believe in, do not disengage a person or tell a person that what they're feeling or what they're going, or the sentimental value they have for something, is just basically in their head. Yeah, it is part of their memories, and they are who they are. So enjoy it. And yes, sadness, again, part of it is sadness, especially like you get the bitter